he coming?
Yeah, is he out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just wait a second.
Can you give him 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Woodbury County Zoning Commission, today's date is September 26th and it is 6:03. Tonight's meeting will be audio taped and minutes will be prepared. In respect to all parties, we ask those present turn off cell phones or set to vibrate. Those in attendance are asked to legibly pick the attendance sheet from the table where everybody signed in. I would like to take a moment to review the procedures the commission will follow. First, the commission will handle normal housekeeping agenda items. When for each application on the agenda, I will open a public hearing on the item. Planning and zoning staff will present the staff report, including the staff recommendations. Any letters or other communications received from the public prior to the hearing will be into the record. The applicants will then have the opportunity to present his or her case and respond to the staff report. Next, we will hear comments from the public. If you would like to speak either in support or against the application, you must come to the microphone. First, state your name and address for the record. All interested parties shall be heard, but repetitious comments shall be avoided. Repetitious or irrelevant comments may be ruled out of order by the chair. I would ask that you remain respectful and courteous with your comments at all times. After all public comments have been heard, the staff and applicant may make closing statements. The hearing shall then be closed on motion and vote. Thereafter, no further comments from the staff, public, or applicants may be heard unless asked for by the commission. The commission shall then deliberate the case and may ask questions of the applicant, the staff, or any party offering testimony. However, such questions do not reopen the hearing for additional comments from the public unless so requested or approved by the commission. The commission will informally and vote on a motion. The motion will typically either grant or deny the requested application. The commission member who has ex parte communications placed in the record of this meeting shall do so prior to the beginning of deliberation of the respective agenda item. And our first agenda item is any citizen wishing to be heard on a non-agenda item. Anybody out there that's okay with that? We'll rule the approval of the minutes of the commission's meeting of August 22nd, 2016.
Page 1 of the minutes. The meeting convened on the 22nd of July. I think it should be 22nd of August. First page, first page.
Back to you.
And I might have another one, I don't understand it, so. Page 3, the fourth paragraph from the bottom, the project will require 400 yards of concrete. Is that just a typo down there? Or is it supposed to be 2 square yards? Square yards or yards?
Usually it's cubic yards.
I'm sorry.
Fourth paragraph from the bottom, the project will require 40,000.
Cubic yards.
I just wanted, is that correct? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Y3 is another industry standard for cubic yards.
So that's correct, the way it's written? then?
Yes.
That was my, I didn't understand that. Thank you.
Any further corrections or additions?
There's just the one then, right?
Did we have a motion? Do we have a second?
I would second that.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And the third one is public hearing recommendation board of supervisors rezoning the portion GIS partial 884723200001 for the property owner of Lynette. How do you pronounce that?
Amendment.
Menon? And applicant Tammy and Kyle Molnix. John?
On September 20th, the Board of Supervisors received the application and referred it to your commission for public hearing and recommendation. Lynette Menon wishes to sell 2.88 acres, a 2.88 acre portion of an existing parcel of 42.26 acres to Tammy and Kyle Mullenix. The Mullenix family wishes to construct a single-family dwelling on the property purchased. The existing 42.26 acre parent parcel is bare ground and currently in row crop production with an average adjusted crop suitability rating of 42.26. Parent parcel is an unaddressed parcel lying on the northeast side of Old Highway 141 between County Home Road and Carroll Avenue. The rezoning is requested as the parent parcel has an agricultural preservation zoning district designation, which limits the residential density and would not allow the approval of the building permit for the Mullenix construction. The requested ag estate zoning district designation provides for an increase in the allowed residential use to allow permitting to be issued. The 2.88 acres have an approximately 700 foot of frontage along Old Highway 141, which is a hard surface county maintained roadway. The 2.88 acres will be located within a portion of the southwest and the northeast of Section 23, Woodbury Township. The proposed parcel is capable of meeting dimensional standards for a single-family dwelling construction. The parent parcel does not lie within a drainage district or special flood hazard area. The current zoning district designations and the use of property in the areas as follows. To the north, it's ag preservation and ag estate with farming use and significant residential density by subdivision. To the east, ag preservation with farming use and some residential density. To the southeast, ag preservation and ag estate with farming use and significant residential density by subdivision. To the south, ag preservation with farm use and some residential density. And to the west, ag preservation with farming use. So we've got a pretty broad mixture there of residential density and farm use. The legal description of the property to be rezoned is in your packets and is attached to the MLS and Associates PLC's plat of survey number 5181A. They refer to it as the west portion, and it's dated August 17th, 2016. To assist you in your assessment tonight, we provided you with the application submitted by the applicant and property owner, the plat of survey referred to, Beacon parent parcel information, Beacon aerial mapping, a verification of the CSR, crop suitability ratings, and an email dated August 4th from County Engineer Mark Nara relative to his driveway assessment. Written notice of the public hearing was sent to 15 property owners within 1,000 feet of the parent parcel. No contact has been received from any property owner except for a telephone contact from Ellen Shoup of Indianapolis, Indiana. Mrs. Shoup owns multiple parcels to the northeast. Mrs. Shoup inquired as to how the rezoning would impact her. Staff conveyed information and Mrs. Shoup stated she did not wish to make any formal comment. It is not anticipated she will attend this public hearing or be represented. Our staff recommendation, I'd like to postpone that till the close of public hearing. It's closing my comments. Everybody out there.
You were out there, Mr. Stuff for records.
My name is Wendell Hubert, and I live at 1701 Old Highway 141. How, why do we have it here? You know, the new house is to be constructed on, I guess I'll call it the east side of Old 141.
Let's zoom out here a little bit. And you are in what direction, Mr. Hubert?
Southeast,
Okay, so we're
right next
kind
next to the White Horse. That's the White Horse there.
right there, and you're further
On the
south?
next parcel.
Okay, sorry, you're off the map here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're talking about this piece of ground
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm curious as to why, you know, you have the 2 and 40 designation, 2 residentials and 40 acres, right?
Mhm.
And are they counting on the side there, there's the Collier property. Is there two houses there or one?
There's one house on each parcel. So this would be the third house within that particular quarter.
So that old, that you're counting?
We are counting it, yes.
Okay.
It's in the rules, the tax rules as a dwelling, and it does have a value.
So then, because of that, you're going through all of this, because you're counting that, pretty much.
Well, we see some pressures along 141 on future residential development. And if you stick around after this particular agenda item, you'll note that the Colliers are also requesting their property be rezoned the same way,
Yeah.
which would give them the latitude to sell off a piece of ground if they would ever decide to do so. Our goal here is to have orderly development. And what happens when someone comes in and builds that third house in the quarter in not every zoning district, but a couple of our zoning districts, it ends up making, if you don't change the zoning, it makes all the houses in the quarter that don't get zoned properly legal. They are still legal structures, but they're technically by ordinance non-conforming. And we find it's best for when insurance companies check or lending institutions check, we like to say they're legal conforming structures because we know the underwriting for loans, insurance analysis, all those kinds of things get impacted. And it provides for orderly growth.
That was my only
Okay.
No more comments? Questions?
Well, my name is Kyle Alex. My wife and I are the applicants
Okay.
for the rezoning. And I don't know if there's a whole lot else that I can add that John didn't already state, but like he said, my wife and I have been seeking property to build on in the Sergeant Bluff district on Paved Road. We approached Mrs. Nunn, purchasing land from her, and found out that the zoning as it currently stands would preclude us from doing that. So that's why we're seeking to have it rezoned.
Okay.
Would there be any questions?
No.
Not at this point, no. I think because of Highway 141 and its proximity to the Sioux City city limits and the developments that are in that area, there's some older developments, they're just north of that.
Yeah, you can see it
County
here.
Home
You've got a
Road.
subdivision up here.
We have an old subdivision there. And if you go farther east or west on Highway 141, there's a subdivision that's all along Old Highway 141. So
Oh,
it seems to be,
The
and as
trend.
long as, and to the east, I mean, it seems to be logical.
Yeah. Our biggest challenge, I think, is county engineer driven in regard to getting driveways in safe locations.
Okay. Have you heard from him?
His email is included in there. Yeah. We can read it into the record if you like. Basically saying he had, as of the 4th of August, he had not looked at or evaluated the driveways. And he's just reminding us that the applicant and anyone else who might be into trying to get another drive should visit with him regarding potential driveway locations. I think there may have been some activity since then, possibly.
I don't have it on my phone,
Okay.
but Mark has responded to me.
Okay.
He did look, he looked at a location to the southeast, towards the.
I know if we have some flags down or some lads in here.
He looked at that, he approved that, and then he was unclear as to how far north the extent of the property would be. And so I explained to him that it does extend north of where that power pole is on top of the hill. And he said that a location north of the power pole would also be approved.
So he's giving you latitude either location?
Yes.
Okay. basically on either end.
Either end of the property would provide adequate sight distance.
It's just kind of a line of sight thing that he's trying to protect a little bit.
Safety issue.
Yeah,
And-
safety issue, I guess.
And I know they like to line them up opposite each other.
Yeah.
At the extreme north end of the property is where we would intend, or where we would like to place the driveway.
This location up in here?
Yes, and in that location, it would be at the crest of the hill, so
Which
you'll be able to
is-
see both directions. And it's also most closely aligned with the neighbor's drive.
That solves that one.
Yep. Okay. Any further comments? on
I've
that?
got, I'll have to answer any questions you might have from an administrative standpoint or a technical standpoint. Anybody got anything?
I guess just one question for Mr. Hebert. Beyond the question of why, did you have any other concerns?
No, I'm in favor of more residential development out that way.
Okay.
We had a meeting here a couple months ago with the, I forget what they call it, you know, they wanted to put the
Or Justin?
board of adjustment.
Yeah, what if it here was the Lever Land Holdings?
Yes. So there was-
We were not.
We were not. For this, I am in favor.
So how'd that turn out?
As far as I know, it was rejected.
It's just too much traffic on the old road. This would be nice.
Okay, this is not a huge development, it's a single lot deal. Minimal, if any, impact on
Right.
traffic. Unless Kyle's got 30 kids he has to told us about. They're teenagers, and I don't think he's old enough to do that. so.
Or he's planning on it.
Yeah.
We'll stop well shot of that.
One at a time.
You mentioned that you're getting some pressure, maybe the owners are getting pressure to develop more of that out there, or are you going to talk
Well,
about
I wouldn't call it pressure, I think they're getting as many contacts as they've ever gotten,
Right,
especially along hard surface
right.
areas, which there aren't a lot of those that are left, especially with any frontage left. And I can see this, obviously, the pressure's creeping, southeast along the 141 corridor.
Yeah.
And we're ready for it when it happens. We just need to make sure the zoning's right, and it's done the right way.
This is a little bit related, but, the county has a county home, I call it the county home, but that property here, it seems like the county's in discussions on the maintenance is getting high on it, and it may not last too much longer.
They're going to abandon that structure, but we've recently, within the last year, in part because of Kyle's inquiry on another piece of ground, kind of evaluated what the county would want to do with that, to approximately 200 acres it has out there. And there's no intent based upon the existing lease and the value of that cash flow to do anything with it but to remain status quo, at least in the near term.
When you say abandoned, so it would just lock the doors and.
Well, I know they're pulling out and shutting her down. I have not heard the specifics of any demolition. I think they'll, let's say, demobilize it and then assess where we go from there.
It hasn't been a problem, and they use it for shooting range, but, it's a little bit of noise.
Well, when I say abandon, they're not abandoning the parcel in total, they're abandoning that particular structure. I believe, is there still canine training going on out there too?
I know there's shooting training, but I don't know about canine.
They've
Some-
got little sheds and things for the animals to do stuff. I don't know if they do. We
To
can't-
my knowledge, there'll still be a sheriff presence there.
Good. Anything is exciting, so, anything is exciting.
Any questions, staff?
Recommendation of the close hearing.
You want the staff recommendation in the record?
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically depending on what we heard here tonight, the zoning office will support a recommendation by your commission that the supervisors approve the rezoning petition from ag preservation to ag estates.
You want a motion?
Yeah.
Okay, you make a motion to recommend to the supervisors.
Time out, I'm sorry, we have to close the hearing.
Close hearing. Make a motion to close hearing.
And a second? Second. Okay. Hearing's closed. Now we can.
Yep, okay, now I make a motion to recommend to the board of supervisors to rezone petition from AP to AE.
Second.
Okay. Motion and a second. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. It's passed.
For the benefit of Mr. Mullinex, just a little how this will play out from this point forward. On October 11th, we'll take this, the results of this public hearing and their recommendation to the Board of Adjustment. The first reading will be on the 11th, second the following Tuesday, the third the following Tuesday from there. There's a separate public hearing on the 11th, so there could be some additional public hearing testimony. It is rare, but it can happen. There's an ability to do that. We've published again regarding the 11th. This thing should be wrapped up, if all goes well, on, I think it's October 25th, after the third reading and the adoption. The rezoning isn't official until the ordinance is published in the paper. That'll probably happen a week to 10 days after that date. From my understanding of your project, you're not in a big push here to get a foundation in before the snow flies, so.
That's correct.
Okay. You'll be ready to go in spring.
So the board of adjustment will meet with.
No, Board of Supervisors.
Board of supervisors.
They meet downstairs at 4:30 on the 11th.
Okay.
I can't tell you where you are in that agenda item. They might not get to you until 5:30 if you want to come.
Sure.
You're, no requirement anybody be there, but you're certainly welcome to, including the neighbors.
Just clarify too that this won't go like what.
Board of Adjustment's not involved at all.
That's
Did
what
I say that?
that?
The Board of Supervisors.
Ready? You want to do the next one? I'll
Yep.
let you read it.
Next agenda item is a public hearing and recommendation to the Board of Supervisors regarding the rezoning of GIS parcel 884723200007 and same numbers 008 for property owners Jimmy Lee and Renee T. Coiler and applicant to Woodbury County Zoning Commission.
Excuse me, that should be, she called me on having corrections
It
made.
is, it's LY, isn't
It
it?
should be Collier, L-C-O-L-Y-E-R.
Okay, I think we got it right some places and wrong other places, yeah.
Front page to the right.
In the heading, is it right on the front page?
Yeah.
Okay, we can probably gonna stumble on this spelling again then. Well, once again, on September 20th, the Board of Supervisors received this application and has referred it to you for the hearing and recommendation. At your meeting last month, on the 22nd of August, we discussed the Menon rezoning and the impact it would have on that new house construction on the remainder of the Court of Order. You voted then to approve participating in the filing of a rezoning application for the balance of the Court of Order owned by the Collier family. Same zoning switch. In that meeting, we recommend you consider this additional area be similarly rezoned due to the density issue, basically. Your chairman executed that application as the applicant. We also asked the property owner to sign it. The Collier family doesn't plan any residential construction. They have been approached multiple times in the past. And when I explained to them, well, if you do decide to accept one, you'll have to go through a rezone at that time. Or you can participate in the same process we're going through for your neighbors. And they decided to do that. This one is rezoning 33.71 acres. This is in the west half of the northeast of section 23, Woodbury Township. We're on the flip side of the, I don't know how this thing keeps moving around on me. we're talking about this parcel, and they're Colliers, right?
Yeah.
Live on this 2-acre parcel, and then there's another house in here on this old homestead site. This one's pretty ragged. It's beat up pretty bad. But we counted it because that's what it is. They would have the capability, the only place they can split, if you drew this quarter line through here, if they carved up this triangle piece up here, right on that quarter line, they could get a split without a minor subdivision. They cut up anything else, they gotta go through a minor, and that's where we'd be doing a lot of the stuff we're doing here on issuing that fourth residential structure permit, or at least the capability of doing that. There's no other way they can split it up other than that without having you guys look at the plat.
If they did split up there, is there more than an acre?
I measured it, yeah, you can get to 2, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's almost 3 right here.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so if you did this is probably 4 or 5. But just one single split on the quarter line. We've got a ton of frontage there. The issue will be where he'll allow drives. I think we're okay up in here on this piece, if that's what happens. We get down in here, we're gonna have issues maybe where the engineer lets them put drives or anything. But that all takes care of itself in the subdivision process, so. We've got 1,825 feet of frontage on 141 and another 500 feet of frontage along Carroll here. So there's another right-of-way to obtain access to that big piece. Carroll Avenue's gravelled, county maintained, no drainage district, no flood hazard area. It's essentially the same zoning district designations in the area, with minor variances. We've put together the legal description, which we'll place within the actual ordinance change. We've provided with most of the same information. This is almost like a companion filing to the first one. Some of the same issues pertain, but I think I've gone through that. And since we don't have, I'll just wait for you to close the public hearing. And then I'll answer any questions you got.
Motion closed, public hearing.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay.
Staff recommendation is identical to the last one. We would support an AFI to AE rezoning, and would recommend you similarly do that to the board of supervisors. Any questions on this one? I don't think they're in a big hurry to start selling crack, but at least they'll have the capability to do it without the zoning hassle. And it's more of a turnkey deal, just a flat survey, if it's along that quarter line. Otherwise, as I said, a minor subdivision. They're aware, hey, if you're gonna come in and do one, and you think you might be doing more, lay it out. Don't cut off your flexibility by sticking the first one in the wrong place.
With that recommendation, I'll make a motion to rezone from AP to AE.
Second.
That's two parcels.
Yep.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
You're right. You did it in a half hour.
Seeing all this is, if you heard, public information, comments, and queries.
Anybody want to talk zoning while we're in session still? Anything formal? Anything going on you want to talk about? CF's winding down. Yeah,
More rental property available.
just like that, yeah.
Entertain a motion.
How's that impact sales? If there's more cheaper rent, I assume I'll go pay for rent rather than buy something.
There's probably more vacant rental houses available, so there's been more houses on the market that were maybe used as rentals at one point in time.
Is the fair market value, rental value getting down to where stuff will go back into section 8?
Not a lot. Not a
You've got a
lot.
ways to go.
It's coming down, but not,
This guy's got
We get used to that cash flow, you don't want to give it up.
I give it up.
All those new apartments they built out there by the mall, relieve a little pressure.
Yeah, people who want to live in apartments, there's still a lot of people that
Don't want to
don't even want to do that.
I feel sorry for the guy who built the house right there.
Yeah, on the other side. of the
Yeah, that
road.
was their dream home, and
You got
we
that-
had no inclination that was gonna happen.
Paved road going up to the apartment hills, and these guys go gravel lane right along the side of it.
Is that,
I know it is.
Gosh, $400,000 house. More,
How much?
probably 400,000. With the building and everything.
it's really good looking too. It's got the old country home, kind of
Yeah.
a big
With the
porch.
porch and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So we make motion, we.
Adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Thanks for rolling in here.
You betcha.
We anticipate we're gonna see some stuff that will cause you to meet. We don't have anything yet, but there's a couple things we know on their way. If they stay on timeline, we will meet next month.
Anything interesting or?
Subdivisions, Vegas, got one.